Alright, hey guys, this is the new FX071C fly barless helicopter, 4-channel single propeller. This is from the FX company. I just received this today from Banggood. Open box review here. This is what we get in a box here. You get your basic charger. We're not going to use that, but if you guys need an extra charger, just in case, a backup, you got one. You got your basic instructions or lack thereof. Pretty basic, so not much help there. Transmitter, it's your basic 4-channel transmitter. Takes 6 AA batteries. I've installed them already here. This transmitter can go from mode 1, 2, 3, and 4. Switching from each of those modes is quite simple. On the back here, you have a switch left and right, and that's gonna be for your left-hand throttle or right-hand throttle, just by flipping that switch. We're gonna have it on left-hand throttle since this is the US. If you switch it back, now it's right-hand throttle. And turn on the transmitter. Pretty basic. As you can see, the red light is beeping. It means you're ready to bind it to the helicopter. Binding is quite simple. If you guys are familiar with the MJX F45 or F46 transmitter, basically you're going to bind it the same way. Red flashing light. You're going to open throttle, close throttle. You're going to hear a rapid beeping sound and the light's going to flash continuously. Once it is bound with the helicopter, the light will stop flashing and remain solid red. That means you are bound. As you can see, we're in mode 2. If you want to change it to mode 4, you're going to push this button here, mode 4. Or back. This button does nothing, this button does nothing. Push this button, you're going to hear one single beep. That means you're in a beginner mode or low rate. Push it again, you're going to hear a double beep. That means you're in a high rate or a skilled level. Okay, quite simple. That's really all there is to it. Now let's take a look at the helicopter itself. This thing looks awesome. Very similar in size to the 912. We'll start here with the blades. You got a fly barless head. If you look at the swash plate here, right here, the two outer length are longer. Then you have 2 short ones. Put it on the 2 short ones here, you're going to be in a more stable flight here. Or if you want to fly aggressive, put them on the outside where I have them. That's where they came from the factory. I like to fly hard and aggressive. Now that the canopy is off, as you can see, where they mounted the servos versus how they were on the 912 were mounted here. If you're thinking this frame looks just like a 912, that's because it is. What they did is they notched this out here so they can mount their servos. I actually have a spare from my 912 just so we can hold it up and look at it. Let's see. It's the same, just the holes are stamped just a little different, but it has the on-off switch right here. If you look closely right here, this extra hole, this is the mounting support where the little nub goes for your support rods on the V912. So I'm thinking if you guys want to add a vertical tail fin and support rod, you could easily do that. And I may do that in the future with this thing. Now, notice here the motor is wrapped up by this part of the frame. A lot of people say that's a factory built type heat sink. One is to speculate if that's actually true or not, and if it does work or not, and they're using the whole frame as a heat sink. If you do want to cut that out with a Dremel tool, you can do that. But if you do that, guys, make sure you wear safety goggles. If you get something in your eye, you're not going to be flying anymore at all. So safety first, guys. Also, I like this. Here you have a double insulated anti-vibration pad mounted right underneath your PCB board. And from when it looks at it, it's pretty stable. I'm looking at this thing and we have a couple more hookups here. I'm thinking possibly that's going to be an easy add-on for a brushless system when they come out with it. So I'm kind of excited about that. Main blades are the same as your 912 in length and width. I don't know if you can see it or not, but right across here, the leading edge of your blade is reinforced just a little bit stronger than a 912. They're a little bit stiffer. But in a pinch, if you guys tear up your factory blades, you can get a set of 912 blades that will work. You can get those at Banggood. Tail blade, it's exactly the same as your V912 blade, just a little bit shorter. If you guys put one of those on there, you're going to have to trim it down because the factory 912 blade is just a little bit longer, and it will hit. You can see it right here, so you have to trim it down. You can see right there it's about a 1/4 inch longer, but if you need to, you have an option to do that. Tail boom is the same length and diameter as your V912. One thing I like about this is the rear tail motor is raised up. I'm not sure the exact reason, but I'm thinking for high-speed maneuverability, it's going to be more stable being raised up out of the way. Your landing skids, they're a direct replacement from your V912. Once again, you can get those at Banggood.com. These suckers are very flexible. I have not broken a set of them yet. Battery, this is a 1000 milliamp battery. Not sure what the C rating is. I did a test flight, just a small test flight in the house here. I don't recommend it because this thing is too fast to be in the house, but from what I see, this thing has plenty of power. At least I'm telling myself that right now. It has plenty of power. We'll see once we get this joker outside. Another thing I did notice, your canopy mount, they are virtually identical to your V912. When I got this thing, one was missing off this side. So out of my box of supplies for my 912, you can see it right there, direct bolt on. Canopy, this is a one-piece design, and they do this by injection mold. Very flexible, which means that's going to withstand crashes a lot better. Paint scheme on this thing, absolutely beautiful. I love it. If you do happen to damage it beyond repair, go ahead and go to Banggood.com, get you a V912 canopy. This one here, I painted myself. You can get them for about $3. They might even be cheaper now. They are exactly the same. So if you want to change the look of your helicopter, get you a couple, do some paint schemes on it, or if you like the stock ones, that's fine. Put this one on here, give you an idea what you can do with your helicopter. See, now we just changed the look of this FX071C. So there's a lot of things you can do with this thing. Since a lot of the V9 12 parts will fit on here, I'm quite impressed with this thing. Price wise, 80 bucks. You cannot go wrong. FX and Banggood got the price right on this thing. I believe they're going to sell a bunch of them. I'm so impressed. I might even buy a second one just to really thrash it around and push it to the limits, and have one just for normal flying. Appearance, perfect. Quality is excellent. I recommend this helicopter to anybody that wants to get into RC helicopter flying. Quite impressed. Once again, I got this thing at Banggood. So stay tuned for the next video outside, doing the first flight outside, guys. Appreciate it. Any comments or questions, good or bad, I'm here to listen, answer anything, and I appreciate it. There we go, guys.